is Vian Olivier, partner at Mazars South Africa, and I'd like to welcome you to another installment of Mazars 3-Minute Spotlight. We have express interviews with industry experts. Today I'm joined by Danielle, who is our retail and wholesale sector specialist. Danielle, thanks so much for joining me.
Thanks, Vian. Pleasure to be here.
Danielle, let's kick it off. So the wholesale and retail industry isn't necessarily an industry that's too sexy for auditors, because of the fact that there's certain complexities involved in terms of standard costing or manufacturing or the sheer volume of transactions involved in these types of entities. What exactly makes the industry so attractive for someone like yourself?
I might actually argue quite the opposite, Vian, to be honest. It is never the same. It moves really quickly. No 2 years will look alike in retail. It's directly and very quickly impacted by macroeconomic factors and consumer behaviors. An audit team member or a CA on the team really gets to see that firsthand. Also, the industry itself is highly integrated with IT. Because of the large volume. That also means that you get direct access to those processes and systems and get to see how those things work, which, to my point, makes it really sexy.
Very interesting. So as you mentioned, from a technological perspective and the sheer volume of transaction, there's a need for auditor to step away from substantively looking at manual documents and actually incorporate IT audit into the engagements. Can you perhaps elaborate on that a little bit more?
I think with traditional audit, it's a lot more time consuming, and in a space like retail and wholesale, it gives you a very sort of limited scope, small picture, and not a lot of assurance. So also you have to look at in retail and wholesale, clients are spending a lot of time, a lot of effort, and a lot of money on their systems. It really doesn't make sense for an auditor to be working around these. They should be relying on systems, auditing through the systems. I also think in today's day and age, we shouldn't be creating CAs who are purely data capturers. They need to understand data and trends. They need to understand what a discrepancy is and how to look at it. They need to understand artificial intelligence and controls in a technological environment. So you really do have to follow a fully IT integrated approach when you are auditing these industries.
So as you mentioned, there's a high integration of technology into these types of industries, therefore requiring the auditor to apply IT general control reviews, application control testing, data analytics. How has Mazars positioned themselves to be able to service clients in this industry and to obtain the relevant assurance that we need on these engagements to be able to sign off audit opinions?
I think we've focused on this really from 3 different perspectives. The first one is we've established the Mazars Innovation Hub. Within this Innovation Hub, we've staffed with various staff members who have specialist areas within data, general control, cybersecurity. We also have the first recognized data learnership within the accounting space. Our Innovation Hub services both South Africa but also some of our international offices as well. From a second perspective, we make sure that all of our staff receive integrated training. So you are always trained on how to look at an audit approach from an integrated perspective. And then thirdly, we make sure that within the Innovation Hub, we have financial auditors with IT expertise. I think it's really difficult for a financial auditor to understand what an IT auditor is doing. So you need the bridge sometimes to come from the other side. Also, we use our IT audit team members not as silos. They're not a back office, so they sit in the rooms with us. They sit with our clients to understand their systems. So they're not just integrated from an approach perspective, but also from a team and from a visual perspective as well.
Perfect. Danielle, thanks so much for the time. Really appreciate it.
Thanks, Vian.